चक्षुषो विश्वे नो देवा नवसागमन्यः भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवा भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्ट्वागुंसस्तनूभिर्वसेमहि देवहितं यदायुः शतमिन्नु शरदो अन्तिदेवा यत्र न शक्राजरसन्तनूनां पुत्रासो यत्र पितरो भवन्ति मानो मध्यारेरिखतारिगन्तोः। अंकल कम फल पढ़ने जी। ओम श्री गुरुदेवताभ्यो नमो नमः। अद्य पूजनम हरिः ओम ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। अद्य पाद प्रक्षाल्य यजमानस्तपसलं समर्पयामि। यजमान के हाथ धुला दें। हरिः ओम श्री विष्णवे नमः। यजमानस्तपशिलानां समर्पयामि। ओम श्री विष्णवे नमः। हरिः ओम अद्य चंद्रं तिलकं समर्पयामि। हरिः ओम नमो सुदन्ताय सहस्रमूर्तये सहस्रपादास्युरुहावे सहस्रनाम्नि पुरुषाय शाश्वते सहस्रकोटियुगधारिणे नमः। अद्य पुष्पं समर्पयामि आरातिकं समर्पयामि। हरिः ओम अद्य आरातिकं समर्पयामि। ओम चंद्रमा मनसो जात चक्षसो सूर्यो अजायतः श्रोत्राद्वायि च प्राणसमुखात् अग्निरजायतः। ओम अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तमेन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितमेन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। चंदन कटोरी। ओम यजमानमस्तके चंद्रं तिलकं समर्पयामि। आदित्य वसवो रुद्रा सरस्वतीदेवा सवेत्रिका तिलकं ते प्रियसन्तो धर्मकामार्थसिद्धये। माताजी कम ओम आदित्य वसो रुद्रा सरस्वतीदेवा सवेत्रिका तिलकं ते प्रियसन्तो धर्मकामार्थसिद्धये। अद्य चंद्रं समर्पयामि। सर्वमंगलमांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरणमस्त्रमके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते। जयन्ती मंगलाकाली भद्रकाली कपालिनी दुर्गा क्षमा सुहादात्री सुहासोदा नमोस्तुते। जयति देवी चामुंडे जयति वतारिणी जय सर्वदे देवी दुर्गे देवी नमोस्तुते। अद्य यजमानमस्तके स्वस्ति तिलकं समर्पयामि। ओम नमो ब्राह्मण्यदेवाय गो ब्राह्मणहिताय जगद्दिताय कृष्णाय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। अद्य चंद्रं तिलकं समर्पयामि। श्री विष्णवे नमः। Sponsor family यजमान come front of the Bedi for आरती। धन्यवाद। सभी भक्तजन आरती करेंगे, उसके बाद सब आसन ग्रहण करें। धन्यवाद। अभी आरती करेंगे। आरती करने के लिए आप सबको समय मिलेगा। धन्यवाद।
ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम। वर्णानामृत संगानां रसानां चन्द्र सामपि मंगलानां चकरितारो देवानि विनायको देवानि विनायको। आरती श्री रामायण जी की तीरथी कले कलहित आरती श्री रामायण जी की तीरथी कले कलहित ब्रह्मादिक मुनि नारद वाल्मीकि ज्ञान विशारद सुख संसारिशेष और शारद वर्णि पवन सुत कीरतनी आरती श्री रामायण की कीरति कलि कलित सिय पीति गावत वेद पुराण अक्षर चारों शास्त्र सब ग्रंथन को रस मुनि जन धन संतन को सर्वत सार अंत सम्मत सब ही आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलि कलित सिय पीति आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलि कलित सिय पीति गावत संतत शंभु भवानी हरहत संभव मुनि विज्ञानी व्यास आदि कवि वर्ग बतानी अद्भुत सुंदर गरुड़ के गीति आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलि कलित सिय पीति आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलि कलित सिय पीति परिमल हरिणि विषय रस पीति सुभग सिंहार मूर्ति युवती की जनन रोग भव दूरी अमीति कांत मत सब तुलसी की आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलि कलित सिय पीति आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलि कलित सिय पीति ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम 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 सीतापति रामचंद्र भगवान की जय
सभी लोग आसन लीजिए। सभी लोग हाथ जोड़कर और आंख बंद करो और शीश नमाई करके we clasp our hands and close our eyes and bow our heads as we offer obeisance to the divine in the form of the different aspects of the divinity that is prescribed that we contemplate before we read from the holy pages of our scriptures. Tanpura बहुत loud. The tanpura is too loud. भवानी शंकर करो वंदे श्रद्धा विश्वास रूपिणो याभ्यां विना न पश्यन्ति सिद्ध स्वान्तस्तमीश्वरम् वन्दे बोधमयं नित्यं गुरुर्शङ्कररूपिणम् यमाश्रितो हि वक्रोऽपि चन्द्रः सर्वत्र वन्द्यते सीतारामगुणग्राम पुण्यारविहारिणो वन्दे विशुद्ध्य विज्ञानव कवीश्वर कपीश्वरो कवीश्वर कपीश्वरो श्रीराम यही सुमिरत सिद्धि हो गणनायक खर वरवरण करवन ग्रह सो बुद्धिराशि शुभ गुण सदन मूक होई वाचा सरो रुषा तरुण अरुण वारि जनयन करौ सो मम उरधार सदा क्षीर सागर शयन कुंज इंदु समधे वंदो गुरुपद कृपा सिंधु रूप हरि महामोहतम रासु वचन रविकर निकर सियावर रामचंद्र की जय उमापति महादेव की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय सियावर रामचंद्र की जय शरणम श्री प्रेम पूजितापति रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। Let me take this opportunity in the name of the Divine Lord, on behalf of all of the hard-working families of this mandir and on behalf of our Yajman today, Molly and Brian Singh, and the Sukraj family. I must tell you that the Sukraj family has a long history with me. My father was the guru of this family, and now the children of this family are my sishyas. So my father has handed down the tradition to me, their fathers handed down the tradition to them, and the family relationship continues. It goes back many, many years. I remember in Guyana growing up when the Sukraj family, farmers, but mostly they took care of the milking cows and they were the suppliers of fresh milk. And I remember this young man's father coming to our home regularly. And in those days, they would deliver fresh milk with 1 pint or 2 pint or 3 pint fresh milk. And I remember going to their homes as a little boy and with my father and participating in puja and all of the activities the family had, Satyanarayana and Katha, all of the puja that could be done, this family did regularly. And today we are privileged to have them sponsor one night of this yajna. Give them a big hand, please. Of course, Molly is one of the grandchildren, right? Molly, you're a grandchild, right? So now I have even grand and then the great-grandchildren are now connected to me. So it's a long, long, long line of devotees. Before we proceed, I would like to invite everyone to join as we will have one bhajan from Rukmini. And then Deepa, will you please join us, please? Aye. And Deepa, guess one of the new volunteers of our mandir will do for us one bhajan also. Aye. Do you have one bhajan? You can sit up here. Yeah, yeah. Let's, what do you sing? Govinda. आइए भाई इधर बैठिए उधर वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् राधे गोविंदा राधे गोपाला जय नंद मुकुंदा राधे गोविंदा राधे गोपाला जय नंद मुकुंदा राधे गोविंदा राधे गोपाला He
राधे गोविंद राधे गोपाल
गोविंदा माधवा गोपाला केशवा
गोविंदा माधवा गोपाला केशवा
गिरधारी गिरधारी जय राधे गोपाला
गिरधारी गिरधारी जय राधे गोपाला
श्याम 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 जय जय राधे गोपाला
गण श्याम 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 जय जय राधे गोपाला
गोविंदा माधवा गोपाला केशवा
गोविंदा माधवा गोपाला केशवा
गोविंदा माधवा गोपाला केशवा
गोविंदा माधवा गोपाला केशवा
गोपाला केशवा
गोपाला केशवा
कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय। आप गाइए। Fix the mic on the harmonium. Put the mic on the harmonium properly. Mic fix करके. Fix the mic properly. On.
Hello? Hello, Mike? Mike? Pranam, everybody. Just to give you the context of this bhajan, India is very, very blessed with lot of saints, and most of them were poets. One such lady poet saint was Mirabai, and she was a very big devotee of Krishna. She wrote this bhajan, and the theme of the bhajan is based on the law of karma. Very often, rather most of the time, we indulge in the blame games. He did, she did, they did. But it all boils down to one's own karma. There are neither any punishments nor any rewards. It's just the consequences of our own actions. We are the cause, and what happens to us is the consequence, is the karma, written karma. That is the gist of this bhajan, and that's written by Mirabai. This is based on Rag Hansadvani. संतो कर्म की गति न्यारी संतो संतो कर्म की गति न्यारी संतो संतो कर्म की गति न्यारी संतो बड़े बड़े नयन दिए मिर्गन को बड़े बड़े नयन दिए मिर्गन को उज्ज्वल वरण दिनी बगलन को उज्ज्वल वरण दिनी बगलन को उज्ज्वल वरण दिनी बगलन को कोयल करत निहारी संतो कोयल करत निहारी संतो संतो कर्म की गति न्यारी संतो मूरख को तुम राज दियत हो पंडित फिरत भिकारी. Beautiful lines. Meaning, the stupid, the foolish person owns the kingdom, but the scholarly person, the pandit, he is on the streets. It's nothing but the result of maybe the karma. मूरख को तुम राज दियत हो मूरख को तुम राज दियत हो मूरख को तुम राज दियत हो पंडित फिरत भिखारी संतो पंडित फिरत भिखारी संतो संतो कर्म की गति न्यारी संतो मीरा कहे प्रभु गिरिधर नागर मीरा कहे प्रभु गिरिधर नागर मीरा कहे प्रभु गिरिधर नागर राधा गीत सुनाए संतो राधा गीत सुनाए संतो संतो कर्म की गति न्यारी संतो बड़े बड़े नयन दिए मिर्गन को बड़े बड़े नयन दिए मिर्गन को बन बन फिरत ही प्यासी संतो बन बन फिरत ही प्यासी संतो संतो कर्म की गति न्यारी संतो.
धन्यवाद. Tonight our katha will be taken from Uttarakhand. Uttarakhand, where in continue with the dialogue between Kagusund and Garudaji, Kagusund is telling Garudaji about his encounters in the different births that he's inherited. But he also describes there was a time when he met the Divine Lord, Rama, when he was a child. And after meeting the Lord and playing with him, he had many experiences. But now he begins to relate to us the value of this relationship to the Lord. Every one of us knows that there is a God, just like we know that we have mother and fathers. But sometimes we take for granted the value of the relationship to our parents. And even more, we take for granted the value of our relationship to God. Parents are always understanding they do not expect anything from their children. It doesn't matter what the children does. They will say, yes, they're my children. I know they love me. So I do not need any sign of love from them to be assured of my love. Because parents have this sentimental relationship. It doesn't matter how bad the children are. It is true also that the Divine Lord is of this same nature. It doesn't matter how impious we are, His feelings towards us is still the same. हम सब भगवान को संतान है. We are still His children. And that Lord who is He Deenabandhu, He Karuna Sindhu, Sab pe daya karuna. He Deenabandhu, He Karuna Sindhu, Sab pe daya karuna. जलाओ ज्ञान ज्योति मन में, जलाओ ज्ञान ज्योति मन में, प्रभु अपराध क्षमा करना. हे दीनबंधु, हे करुणा सिंधु, सब पे दया करना, सब पे दया करना. हे दीनबंधु, O friend of those who are in distress. Hey Karuna Sindhu, O most understanding and compassionate Lord. Sabbe Daya Karuna. This statement I started out to making that the parent's relationship to the child, it doesn't matter how impious or harsh the child may be to the parent, the natural tendency, it is my child, I must love. It is important for us to understand that the Divine Lord feels that way and even more profound in His feelings about you and I. But then when we make this statement, the question is, does God punish us? Does God really punish people? We're all told God will punish you. When you're little, God will punish you. But the question is Bhagavan in the punishment business? The answer is no. He is owning the giving business. He has given us everything that we need, and He says, you can punish yourself or make happiness. That's your call. As the bhajan, Mirabai bhajan, as was explained by my dear sister, is that it is our karma that determines pain, pleasure, joy, and most important, it is our karma that determines our relationship with God. Here, Kagusuni is telling Guruji of the value of this relationship. And in these few minutes that we'll spend together tonight, I hope that I can bring some more enlightening status to our minds about how important and how essential and how integral is a relationship with God in our day-to-day lives. Not for happiness, by the way. We do not get happiness by praying to God. We already have happiness. Happiness is a state of mind. If we are praying to God and says, God, make me happy, He'll have to do something with our minds. We have to become happy by praying to Him. Not as a result, He gives us a gift of happiness. Let me explain. If you boil milk and you boil it long enough, what do you get, Arvina? Cream? As a result of boiling, you get cream. Nobody gives that to you. Your action of boiling the milk gives you cream. You leave the milk alone, you will have only milk, no cream. But by this action, you get this benefit. By the action of praying to God, He doesn't give us happiness, we enjoy. It evolves through the process. Bhagavan has already given us happiness. Happiness is a natural state for everyone. It is you and I, by our karma, who goes out of the state of happiness and then goes to Him and says, God, help me to be happy. And He's saying, it's in your hands. But by believing, and Sant Goswami Tulsidas tells us, the Kakusun is relating to Garuji how this can be done. निज अनुभव अब कहो कगेसा बिनु हरि भजन जाहिय कलेसा श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम राम कृपा बिनु सुनु कगराई श्री राम जय जय राम राम कृपा बिनु सुनु खगराई श्री राम जय जय राम जानी न जाई राम प्रभुताई श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम जाने बिनु न कोई परतीत बिनु परतीति होई नहीं अतीति श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम प्रीति बिना नहीं भक्ति दुराई श्री राम जय राम प्रीति बिना नहीं भक्ति त्रित्राई श्री राम जय राम जिमी कगपति झलक कणाई श्री राम जय राम हे पक्षीराज, अब मैं अपना निज अनुभव कहता हूं. Kagusun is telling Guruji that listen carefully, I shall relate to you about my own experience. And that is, I have experienced this fact that unless one worships the Divine Lord, one troubles will never end. Now remember, I said God doesn't give a happiness. And he didn't say God will take away your troubles either. He says unless one worships the Lord, one troubles never end. Unless you rub this medication on your body, the pain will never go away. Is it the medication that's taking away the pain, or the action of rubbing that's taking away the pain? Which one? You have to rub the medication on. The medication has the ability to remove the pain. But if you don't take the action to rub the medication, guess what? The medication has no value. God is the medication. If you don't take the action to engage Him, you get zero value. But he's always ready to be engaged. His job is like the medication. You put me on the pain and I will relieve it. That's my duty, to relieve pain. I am the reliever, Bhagavan says. But unless we do commit ourselves to God, our troubles will not go away. And again, I want to make this clear. God doesn't get rid of troubles. Because all of us have this problem, or this thought that when I have problems, take it to God. He'll take care of it. He's not into taking care of trouble business. He says, it's your trouble. You look after it. I will give you faith. I'll give you the water. I'll give you the food. I'll give you the clothing. I'll give you the shelter. I'll give you the intellect. I'll give you the physical strength. I'll give you the ability. I'll give you the mentality. But you must do it. It is your task. It is your duty. It is your karma. That individual who does not have this understanding that unless we commit ourselves to serving in the name of God, that our troubles will not go away, and also that without such understanding there can be no confidence in life. If we do not believe in God, we have no confidence in ourselves. Why is that true? We are a product of the divine. There is divinity within all of us. If we don't believe in God, then who are we not believing in? Ourselves. So if we do not believe in God, then we have no confidence in ourselves. But then on the other hand, someone says, Panditji, I don't believe in God. I'm man, I'm strength, and I've got money and power. I know who I am. I believe in me. And then I said to him, what happens if somebody doesn't give you the next breath? What are you going to do then? I've always wondered if one morning all of us got up and we opened our mailbox and we got an envelope from Vaikuntha Lok. And it's a bill from Bhagavan Vishnu. He says, here is my invoice for sustaining you and providing oxygen all of your life. Please pay up now. What do you think will happen? Some of us will be broke. We breathe so much and we don't do anything. And he says, by the way, I'm just charging you for the oxygen. That's it. Nothing more. If you don't want it, that's fine. You can just sign off the account. You want to sign off the account? I don't want service from you anymore. You can keep your oxygen. But he's a provider. He's a service provider, as they say. He provides services of delivering oxygen instantly upon you get it. By the way, there's never ever a delay. It's there. Such is the efficiency of the Lord's services. Prem Sitavadi Ramachandra Bhagavan ki jai. He further goes on to say that without understanding there can be no confidence. Without understanding this, that you must believe in God, there can be no self-confidence. And without confidence, there can be no love. Without confidence in oneself, there can be no love. Many people walk around the world having no confidence in themselves, and as such they have very difficult time building relationships with other people. Because they have a misguided perception of themselves. And as such, it is very difficult to build relationship when we don't even know who we are. When we introduce ourselves to people and we don't know who we are, what do we say? Well, let me introduce myself, but I don't know who I am, okay? Although we don't say that, we say that by who we are. We're not confident of ourselves, we don't know who we are. As such, we find it difficult to build human relationship. And short of human relationship, we will lack devotion to God. Because the best way to be related to God is through good human relationship. Bhagavan Rama says, if you want to be my devotee, then serve my perfection in my name. God's perfection, hum sab, we are His perfection. He says, serve humanity in my name, then you are my devotee. Prem se Sitapati Ramachandra Bhagavan ki jai. He goes on to explain that each, because of lacking one ingredient, there seems to be a domino effect. You don't have this, then automatically these things will happen. बिनु गुरु होई की ज्ञान ज्ञान, ज्ञान की होई विराग बिनु, गावई वेद पुराण सुख की, लही हरि भक्ति बिनु, सिया पर रामचंद्र की जय शरणम. If spiritual illumination is possible, the question is being asked, is spiritual illumination possible without a guru? ये प्रश्न है. बिनु गुरु होई की ज्ञान, ज्ञान ना की कोई विराग बिनु. He says, can someone truly get the understanding of the value of God in their life without someone guiding them? It is a question. Now we are told we have a natural intuition. But imagine a child that is brought up in a home where there is no reference to, quote unquote, the God factor. The child is told by the parents, remember, I did everything for you. I gave you everything. And I worked hard for this. Everything and everything. The child never hears that there's anyone else responsible for that. Did the child see anyone else beyond the parents as giver of anything? Very unlikely. But if the child hears, the parent says, God has blessed us with you, child. And through the grace of God, we have this home. And all the wonderful things you have, through His blessings, we have it. And every night when they go to bed, they put the child to sleep, they sing the praises of God and says, God, thank you to take care of us. Will that child understand that there is something that we must have a relationship to call God? The fact is, yes. As such, many of us take God for granted and we don't tell our children about God. We don't tell our children that God is the one who has made us who we are. We don't tell our children that, God is giving you as a gift to us. We fail to tell them these things. It's all about us. And then when our children grow up, they say, who's that God you're talking about? I never heard about him before or her before. Why are you telling me about God now? Prem Sutitapati Ramachandra Bhagavan ki Pratham Guru, Mata or Pita. The first teachers are mothers and fathers. And the problem, one of the challenges we have in society today, mothers and fathers understand only half of their responsibility. Every mother and father understands they have to provide for their children. They have to get food, clothing, house, car, blah, 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 and all this wonderful stuff for children. But they forget the other half. As Swamiji says, I think they work mostly on the right half. Is it the right half or the left half? The left half. That is the materialist. You all remember that. Give you all a big hand. So he said that we work mostly driven by what is happening in the left half, and the right half is left untouched. So most of us have an unused portion of our brain that needs to be used. In a sense, if there is parallel upbringing, then the child will develop a nice, balanced, psychosomatic development, body and mind development, whereby they see God as an integral part of their lives. Here, Kagasun is telling Guruji that, oh Guruji, that one cannot acquire this kind of enlightenment without guidance, and parents, in my mind, are the first, and the spiritual preceptor second, and it is impossible to acquire wisdom without being detached from this materialistic world. Now let's understand that. If mother and father are not good teachers, and we don't tell our children the value of what we have and where we got it from, and our children only become attached to everything that they have. So for instance, this is my room. This is my house. Nobody else allowed to do it. This is my car. You don't touch that. I hope you don't know a child like this, but just in case, right? But parents are like this. And we are so possessive and everything is ours. It's all about I and mine and I and mine. It says, wisdom cannot dawn on such a person. And what is wisdom, by the way? I always use this analogy. How many of you, all of us know what is a traffic light, right? You know what's a traffic light? How about you? You know what's a traffic light? You don't know what's a traffic light? Good. You see what I mean? He doesn't know what's a traffic light. He's the one who's going to run over it. So what does red mean on the traffic light? Who doesn't know what's a traffic light? What does red mean? Huh? Red mean go. You see what I mean? And he will do that, exactly. Right? So if red means go, what does green mean? What? Stop? Hey, by the way, he's a paid comedian. Give him a big hand. Right? How much did I pay you? $5. I think you're so terrible, I'll take all the $5 away from you, okay? So Dylan, what's red means? What? Stop. Is your mic working? Well, try it again. Are you all hearing him? No. Well, it's okay. What does red mean? Stop. Oh, good. His mic is working. Okay, good. And what does green mean? Go. And what does yellow mean? Slow down. Slow down. So that's knowledge. So you know what red means, and you know what green means, and you know what yellow means. What do you call when somebody sees red and run across or walk across that? What do you call that? They have knowledge, by the way. They know what red means. What do you call that? What do you call it? Oh, by the way, what do you call that? Jaywalking. No, we'll jail him for walking. Okay? Right? They call it jaywalking, and is that a good thing or a bad thing? You can get charged for that, right? So why, if you that's what you call it, jaywalking, but does that mean they don't know what red is? Or do they pretending like you? They're pretending like you, right? So you see, they're pretending, they're ignoring the knowledge that they have. And by ignoring the knowledge they have, they're lacking wisdom. So it's not that they don't know. This wisdom, when I'm talking about, is not that I don't know there is God. I do know there is God. I choose to ignore His presence in my life. I choose to ignore the fact that He's given us everything, and as such I lack the wisdom to understand the value of God. So knowing about God is one thing, that is called knowledge. Accepting and living God in our lives is when we are spiritually enlightened, and that is the wisdom that Kagusun is talking about. Prem Sul Sitapati Ramachandra Bhagavan ki jai. And here he makes a statement. को वित्राम की पाव तात सहज संतोष बिनु चले की जल बिनु नाम कोती जतन पची पची अरिया सियावर रामचंद्र की जय शरणम. Again, Kagusuni Salgaruji, oh my friend, hey Tat. It says, can one win peace can we get peace of mind without being content? Can we get peace of mind without being content? By the way, we must understand what I mean by peace of mind. Like if I tell this young man who has given me all these wrong answers, I'm going to give you a piece of my mind. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about being at peace in our minds. He says we cannot. He's questioning. He says, can you have that state if the state of content does not exist? If you're not content, you cannot have peace of mind. Because when there is a discontent, there is no peace of mind. So then what you need to do to get peace of mind, you need to go to the Bahamas or on a cruise, right? That's how you get peace of mind? Parimat, does it work? It doesn't work. So going to a place or at a certain time doesn't give a peace of mind. We get peace of mind by our own state of mind. That is when we can be content. I accept the situations. Now I'm going to give you a little reality analogy. And this is not to blow my own trumpet, but today we made a great accomplishment in this mandir. We did something that we've been trying to do for 5 years. Is it 5 years or maybe 3 years now? Anybody knows how long I've been talking about these domes? It's been a long time, right? Actually, it took 2 years in India, and then it sat here for 3 years. So approximately 5 years. And we had these 3 domes outside. Many of you might have seen them. And you know, I never worried about it. To be honest with you, they'll go up someday. And then suddenly, that day had to be today. And it was decided like 2 days ago, it's going to go up today. And everybody asked me, how? So it was getting a heavy lift truck, getting another lift vehicle, get a welder, get a roofer. It says, okay, do it. And enjoying a nice suntan. You notice mine today? This is my Jamaican suntan that I got today. By being at least about 50 feet in the air, enjoying the fresh breeze and warm sunshine. But my point is that the domes are up there now. And everybody will watch it for a couple of days and, oh, the domes are up. And after that, big deal. The domes are there. So I'm not worried about the domes not being there. My point is, when it has to get there, it will get there. And when today was necessary to get there, everything else was dropped. And it got there. So everything has a time. So my point is, sometimes we're worrying this will not happen, that will not happen, that will not happen. And our mind is in total state of discontent. And guess what? We don't have peace of mind. And the things that we're thinking about doesn't get done because we have no peace of mind. I remember that in the olden days when my younger brother, my other brother, not me, he was always the other two, right, would stay out late at night or go driving with a car without permission, my mother wouldn't sleep. She's worrying all night. Oh my God, worry. And then, but that doesn't bring them home early. It didn't stop them taking the car. Note I said I didn't do these things, only my brothers did this, okay, right? It wouldn't stop them. And she's worrying and then she gets a nervous breakdown. So why worry? Do what you can. Take the car keys away. Don't have any gas in the car. You know, don't give them a meal one day. Something like that, you know, whatever. But don't worry, because if you worry, it will not change anything. This state of content of mind, it's a very easy thing to stay, but it's a very difficult thing to do. Now, Bhagavan Krishna in chapter 12 tells Arjuna, Atachitam samadhatum na shaknoshi mai stiram abhyasi yogena tato mamikshaptum dhananjaya Sri Krishnaya Vasudevaya Govindaya Namo Namah Atachitam samadhatum. He says, this mind of ours is so chanchal, it cannot focus easy. I'm telling you to focus your mind upon me, but I know how difficult it is. But if you focus your mind upon me, you will have peace of mind. Because I am not trouble. I don't want anything. I didn't promise anything. I didn't have, you can't hold me to anything. Just totally. If it's my children I'm thinking about, my spouse, my lover, my friend, my boss, there is some discontent, some unsatisfied need, and as such, there is no peace of mind. Here, Kagusunda is telling Guruji that, oh Guruji, this state of mind, this state of peace of mind is so essential. And it all has to do with relationship to God. He goes on to tell us, can a boat ever float without water? He's giving the analogy. So you have a boat and you have it on dry land. Many people have boats like that. Oh, I have a boat. Oh, look, it's a pretty boat. It's a very nice boat. Look how pretty it is. If it doesn't get in the water, then it has no value. What is the point of having this human body, which is a boat, and we don't engage ourselves in the ocean of devotion? This world that the Lord has given us is the ocean of devotion. That is why this book is called Ramcharitmanas, the holy lake of the glories of God. And he says we all have to swim in this lake sometime. I mentioned when we started this yesterday on Sunday night that I'm inviting everybody to go with me on a cruise. And by the way, all of us are going on the same cruise ship. We might pay different price, right? You know, some people get the captain's cabin, and some people get the lower deck. But the interesting thing is, it doesn't matter what price we have paid, we're all in the same boat. And we're in the same ocean. And we're stopping at the same port. So our money doesn't make any difference. Same boat, same ocean, same port, but we're all thinking that, oh, I am deck 1, deck 2, deck 3, deck 4. That's our belief systems. But as far as the Lord says, hey, you're in this boat, and this is the ocean, and you're all going to the same place. Prem so Sitapati Ramachandra Bhagavan ki jai. In this final chopai, Kagasun makes a statement to Guruji. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
सभी लोग गाइए.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
बिनु संतोष कामन न साई, बिनु संतोष कामन न साई, काम चत सुख सपने हुनाई.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
राम भजन बिनु मिटई के कामा, राम भजन बिनु मिटई के कामा, चल दीन तरी कबहु की जामा.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम. श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम. Without contentment, without a state of that I'm happy with myself. Contentment means I'm happy with myself. The whole world around me could be unhappy. People are not getting food to eat. People are sick. People are in misery. Some people are in joy. Some people are celebrating. Some people are winning a lottery. All of that is happening around me, and I'm just saying, I'm happy being who I am. Not in a naive way, in a very, very logical and practical way. You know, some people say, Pandit, don't bother me, I'm happy. Don't worry about me. You need to worry about them. Because really, they're not doing anything they're supposed to do. And they say, leave me alone, don't worry about me. That doesn't mean they're content in mind. They're totally lost. Right? So, we have to understand that. Now, like the young man who told me, when I asked him, why don't you come to Mandir? He said to me, Panditji, I'm happy. So I said, yeah, okay. And then I met him again and asked him, You know, the last time I met you and I asked you why you're not coming to Mandir, you said you're happy. Kind of, I'm confused. What do you mean? He said, Panditji, only unhappy people goes to Mandir. I said, oh, I didn't know that. Just ask him. Everybody who goes to Mandir have a problem. They're going there to ask God to make them happy. Does he need help or not? He's saying when I have a problem, I'll go there. Because that's what his mother and father told him. If you have any problems, take it to God. When things are going good, forget about God. So, I hope nobody here has any problems. You're all here to build a relationship with God not because you have problems, because you want a good relationship. If children only went to their parents when they had problems, then parents are only used. But if they went to their parents because of the love and the care and the affection and devotion they have, then they don't have to ask the parents for anything. Everything belongs to them. Prem Susitapati Ramachandra Bhagavan ki jai. Without contentment, there can be no cessation of desire. Now that's a kind of catch-22 situation. Without contentment, you cannot be without desire. If you have desire, you can't be content. So, it's confusing, isn't it? Without contentment, there can be no cessation of desire. When the mind becomes content, like, if you're hungry all day, right? Like I was today. And then finally you get a meal. It doesn't matter what you got. You just got something to eat. For that moment, oh, that was the best meal. Only for that moment. Right? At that moment, you say, I'm okay. It feels so good to eat. And you're content until you see real food and you say, oh, how come I didn't get that? I didn't get. And then your desires start again. Right? That is not the kind of content he's talking about. The content he's talking about is whether he eats or not, or whether he gets chawal and saag or paneer or whichever it is, whatever he gets, it's fine. Okay, today's only chawal, today's only dal. That's fine. That's fine. I'm happy with that. Anything more? I'm happy with that too. No more, no less, I'm happy with that. Now this sounds very difficult to do. Do you think it's difficult to do? Do you think it's difficult to do what I'm talking about? To be that kind of person? Anybody? Let's have some dialogue now. What do you think? Rukmini? Do you think that's difficult to do? She doesn't know. All right. Dylan, what do you think? Is it possible? Do you think you can do that? Just putting you on the spot. Okay, but okay. Oh, you didn't get the question. Please call Dylan here, please. He's not here right now. Dylan, I mentioned that yai tan or man arpan. Means that when you're here, your body is here, but invite your mind to be here once in a while we're here, right? So let's give Dylan a big hand. I pick on him. He's my shishya, right? So, Deepaji, what do you think? Right? Right? I agree with you. So then, the momentary one, and then to maintain that. Like I said, I just got a meal, I'm happy. But how long would it last? I know I want another meal. And then could I not? So our human nature is a tendency to always, want something more. I say, when I get this, I'll be happy. I remember when I came to this country, and when minimum wage was $4.25 an hour. No, it actually was $2.75, I'm sorry. $2.25? What year was that? 70, that's the time. I was here then. $2.25 was minimum wages. And I used to say, boy, when you get $2.75, you're good. $2.75 I was happy with. Today, minimum wage is $10, $11. So, and of course, I must tell you, when I got $2.75, I complained. I wanted $3. And then before you know it, 5 and 10 and so on. Of course, we are never satisfied. We always have some other desire that we want to fulfill. And this is the challenge we have. The desires pulls away our content mind, and we're left with this gap between ourselves and the relationship to God. We keep fulfilling desires, and we get God to be part of that. God help me to fulfill desire. God help me to fulfill. And now God becomes the servant rather than the master. We get him involved and says, Bhagavan, I want to be happy and you have to do this for me. And we demand of him. I will conclude with this very, very popular shloka from Bhagavad Gita, where we are told that there are 4 types of devotees. Chaturvidha bhajante mam jana sukritino arjuna arto jigyasu artarthi jnani cha bharatshava Sri Krishnaya Vasudevaya Govindaya Namo. Excuse me. Krishna Chandra Bhagavan makes a statement. Chaturvidha bhajante mam. 4 classes of people chant praises to me, sing praises to me, worship me. 4 classes. And when he made this statement, he wasn't speaking of the Varnas, Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. He wasn't speaking of black people, brown people, yellow people, and white people. He was speaking about all of humanity. He says all of them fall into 4 categories. Artho, Jigyasu, Artharthi, or Jnani. He says all of them have a relationship with me. But the question is, what kind of relationship do they have? He says the Artho only has a relationship with me when they are in big trouble. At that time, I am the most important value, and they are very sincere when they pray then. Then the second, Jigyasu, he said these people are what you call the ones who event devotees. Well, I'm about to write an exam. I'm a devotee. I have to pray to God. I'm about to go for a job interview. I'll pray to God. I'm about to go for an immigration interview to come to Canada, to get my citizenship, to get my PR card. I am, already I have these events, and they're event relationships. And then there is Artharthi, very popular group. He says these people are all about the earth and calm of the world. They are all about acquisitions and acquisitions and acquisitions and more and more and more. And while they're doing this, they call upon me constantly to help them to do it. Now, which category do you belong to of the one of the 3? Don't put your hands up now, please. Are you the one who only, when you're in big trouble, calls upon God? Are you an event devotee? Are you the one who wants everything in the world and you say, God, you got to make me do this? Don't put your hands up. There's a 4th category, so you might reserve that. But before you leave here tonight, identify which category you belong to. And the 4th category is called a Jnani. It says the Jnani is very unique. The Jnani relates to this prayer that we all know. Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva tvameva bandhu हे प्रभु आप ही माता पिता भाई बंधु प्रीतम परिवार सर्वस्व है। हे प्रभु आप ही पूज्य है, आप ही शरणागत है, आप ही कृपालु और दयालु है। Oh God, your mother, father, brother, sister, friend and everything. He says the Jnani lived this statement. And the Jnani comes into the world and says, Bhagavan, sirf ek prashan. I only have one question for you. If you are all of these things to me, my Lord, how come I don't know you? And the Jnani spends their entire life identifying and glorifying God in their mother and father, recognizing God in their brother and sister and everything. He says, Satcha me priya. He said, this one loves me, all the others like to use me. Our katha tonight is about relationships to God. Do we use God in our relationships? Or do we glorify Him and give Him thanks? The difference between praying to God and complaining to God must be defined. Many of us do not know the difference. We sit there and we say, God, do you know? And He says, yes. If you could only hear, yeah, I know everything. Why are you telling me if I know? And then we complain to him. No, no, no. He says, I understand everything that's happening, but remember, you're responsible for what's happening. Build that relationship to God whereby we want His love and affection, and we want to show thanks to God, and the rest of it will take care of itself. But if we're only demanding from God to be a servant, we are only temporary, He's event related, He's an event relative, or He's when we're in pain relative, or He's when we want money relative, then He's not related at all. Although He's there, He's the kind of relationship that we have whereby, you have some relationship in the house, they're just there, you don't know them. But, oh, He's here. I don't know what He's doing. It's a classic when I call home and I ask, some child answer the phone, and I say, Sitaram, and they say, he doesn't live here. And I say, is your mother there? Oh, let me check. I said, are you home? Yeah. The same house as your mother? Is she home? Let me check. You have to check to see if your mother is home and you're both in the same house. By the way, it's common in this part of the world. They're in the same house and they're in different rooms and nobody knows who's going, who's coming. That's it. So, that's the kind of relationship we have with God. Oh, He's here. I don't know where He is though. Let's check. Prem Sitapati Ramachandra Bhagavan ki jai. Let me take this opportunity to thank all of you for being here tonight. And this yajna continues. Starting tomorrow, we commence Bhagavad Katha by Bhupendra Bhai Pandya. The reception of Bhupendra Ji will start at 3 p.m. tomorrow with what they call Poti Yatra, which is the welcoming of the Vyasa with the book and all of that, and Kalash, and the circumambulation of the mandir. And we want to invite every one of you to be here if you can, invite friends and relatives. And then there will be 7 nights of Bhagavad Katha, 8 sessions concluding on Saturday morning. And then the yajna continues with Ramayana Katha, Gita Path, and so on, because it's the 21 days of yajna celebrating the 14th anniversary of Sri Ram Mandir on this side, and also celebrating the installation of our domes. I always believe to celebrate when you have accomplished, not to celebrate before. So now it's there. So everybody, before you leave tonight, just take a walk outside and see it. It's there.